That's a great shot right there.
Great shot.
Well, what happened was De Niro, when I went into the, if you ever sat in a coffin, it's kind of like unnerving.
Why would we ever sit in a coffin? You said that like it's observation.
If you were in a movie or something.
Yeah.
So I sat in a coffin, and the first 10 minutes was a little eerie, but then it's quite comfortable. So I really laid there, and I was falling asleep.
Yeah.
So I kept falling asleep, and we were laughing. He kept going, "What the fuck are you doing?" And Joe Pesci's there, and Joe's going, "Hey, I got a better shot. If you just let this guy dead, what is he doing here?" He goes, "He's upstaging me with his fucking snoring." So that's why we started laughing over there.
That's pretty cool.
Well, you know why? Because I was in the coffin for 15 hours.
Oh, what? God.
Because I had to lay there while all the guests came in. And Bob wanted me there.
Jeez.
That's Bob De Niro. He wants the realistic, because by rights I could have got up and they could have just stared down at a piece of tape.
Yeah.
But we were the only actors in the movie. They were untrained actors, so he wanted me to be in there.
Man,
so
look how happy he was before Trump.
Did your father have a lot of the same qualities? Or did De Niro take on a lot of the same qualities as your father?
My De Niro says to me, he goes, "Listen, now you got to picture this now. My father's Sicilian. Love Robert De Niro. He was God in our house, De Niro, right? De Niro tells me, he goes, I'm going to fly your father up from Florida. They lived in Florida. He goes, I want to hang out with him for a month. I said, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, I want him to talk to me about how he drove the bus.
Wow.
And I said, but nobody knows, if you do a famous person, then you got to do that. But nobody knows my dad. He goes, no, it's important that I do that. So I said, Dad, De Niro wants to hang out with you. He goes, well, whoa, Robert De Niro? I go, yeah. Flew my father up, and for a month, he said, I want your father to teach me how to drive a bus. My father taught him how he did the changer, when you do the changer.
Yeah.
And he said, and he carried, I get the chills when I think about it. My father had a cushion. He put the cushion under here, and if you watch the movie, exactly like
Whoa.
That's unbelievable.
Thank God De Niro never played a Nazi.
Oh, he would. I mean, God knows, because he's a true method actor.
Oh, yeah.
For Taxi Driver, De Niro got a hack license and drove a cab for a while.
Yes.
That's it. That's the picture right there.
Vider's got a hack license.
In your home that was like, this is our De Niro movie that we watched the most? Was it Taxi Driver, Mean Streets?
It was probably Mean Street was the first.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, we ever saw that. We were like blown away by that. Well, that was the great time for movies.
Oh, in the 70s.
It was a great time because everything was real then. So real. And I remember that movie. Then I saw another movie that he did right at that same time called Bang the Drum Slowly. And he was great in that too. I mean, Bob is, if you want to say one of the great actors of any generation, you would have to say that, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
He's that great, man. Really
and then when him and Scorsese get together, it's really something special.
Oh, it's magic.
Well, they have that magic together, and now Leo is there with them, Leo's been great with them, and they're all,
It's incredible. He's 80. I think 80, 81, Scorsese, and he just cranked out Flower Moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And the movies are getting longer. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Every movie now, even like Wolf of Wall Street was like the pace of that movie for 3.5 hours. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize that there's two sets of timing. There's artistic time and then there's real time. You could watch a movie that's an hour and a half, it feels like 3.5 hours.
Yes.
You could watch a movie that's 3.5 hours, it feels like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch Goodfellas, Dancing with Wolves, Braveheart, those movies fly.
They fly. They're hours.
Because artistic time, it feels real.
Yeah. I banged my wife for 2 minutes. It feels like an hour.
Yeah.
Not for her.
No.